All right. We are live. Welcome to the BRL conversation. It's so good to be here again. It's been I think some 2 weeks or 3 weeks off. All right. You remember the show is supposed to happen every Thursdays, but of course we have had a little breaks here and there because we've had some things, issues with some speakers, that couldn't make it, and we are here again with another scintillating edition. Yes, another epic battle is going to happen tonight. It's going to be the boss writer versus that GOAT moderator. Yes, I see you, Wendy. You're always on point. It's like this Instagram something is your thing. I always see you on Instagram. You're welcome. You're the first person to join us. Yes, others, we are waiting for you. Come right now. The BRL conversation is happening live. I just want to know if you can hear me, Wendy. Let me see that. Drop a comment telling me you can hear me loud and clear, so that we are sure that tonight is going to, be as hot as possible. Make sure you share the link with your friends. If you don't have, I'm going to drop a link right in the comment section. Feel free to share the links with everybody and everyone who you feel should be right here, to enjoy this conversation. Share this link with them. Let them be here and join us live. All right, that's the link right there in the comment section. You can copy and also share so that your friends and family and loved ones, and I don't want to say enemies, but even your enemies, let them come and enjoy the conversation. So while we expect our guests to join up here in a short while, today is going to be totally about the BRL conversation. And just in case this is the first time you're going to be watching this video or you're watching the replay and you want to know what the BRL conversation is all about, it is, now the B stands for business, the R stands for relationship, and the L, of course, stands for lifestyle. So it's a BRL conversation. So it's a business, relationship, and lifestyle conversation that we'll be having. And we'll be looking beyond the glitz and glamour you used to see on social media, all right? Let's understand these personalities and what has kept them going, all right, in business, in relationship, and also in their lifestyle. That is what we'll be talking about. So behind the scenes. Remember, that's the keyword, behind the scenes, and not just those fancy things you need to know. All right. So the person we'll be expecting, she's not here right now, but she will be joining us shortly. Let's keep on sharing. Of course, let's keep on sharing the link for more persons to join us here. I can see Chiamaka Global. Yes, the birthday celebrant. A couple of days ago, I think that precisely on Monday, that was a birthday. Happy birthday. I'm saying it live here on the BRL conversation. Yeah, that's my daughter right there, and I'm super proud of you. Thank you for also joining up. And of course, the CEO of Media Nation. Yes, it's not Media Digital Concert, it's too small. The CEO of Media Nation is here also. He says, the Dogo, we are ready. Yes, that's Mr. Hollis Idabo. The one man on fire is also here, to baptize us from the comment section with fire. So if you're not here, you're definitely on a very, very long thing. All right. So while we're expecting our guests, to come up here and join us, I want to give you a little brief history of the persons we've had across the days, across the weeks. The conversation itself started in September, and we had a very, very fantastic man who, kicked off the event or kicked off the show. And that was none other than Dr. Noel. Dr. Noel, the fearless man, he was the one who started this conversation, and he shared a whole lot of insights. If you didn't get that session, you can find the replay somewhere around, on my wall. You would see that, and you can click and watch and get the insight that he shared about his business journey, his relationship, and of course also the lifestyle. Moving from him, we also had Comfort Modi join the conversation. We had a very interesting time interviewing Comfort Modi. She was the second person on this show, and she also shared some very, very emotional insights, especially when it comes to the relationship area. How what I say, she was kind of played upon, believing that everything should be well, but it didn't turn out as expected. It was quite a low moment for her, but she's still doing it right now. She's still grinding, and she's still dishing out results back to back. And that's the essence of this conversation. We want to look at those low moments of people, those very critical times when you feel that you had your backs against the wall, and how you were able to overcome them and stay strong. Right? That's the essence of the conversation, and not just the fancy things that you see on social media. All right. And then of course we also had another fantastic guy here on the BRL conversation. That's the amazing Solomon Ota. He was here also in this conversation, and we enjoyed our time also with him, his insights on business, relationship, and lifestyle. And just recently, he concluded the Secretaries Conference, yes, right down there in Owerri, Imo State, where he, hosted the Don himself, Emeka Nobis, and a couple of other top wigs where they shared value upon value to the teaming audience that converged somewhere in Nekede Polytechnic. So these are people who have been doing great stuff. And so in this show, we try to look at the things that happen in between the fantastic moments you have. What are those very times when things don't go as expected? What happens during those low moments? And these are the extra things we get on the BRL conversation that might not get anywhere else. And the essence of doing that is for us to be able to navigate our way across, life as we go on. Life seems to be hard, but for me, life is an experience. Everything that happens in life, it's an experience. It's neither good nor bad in itself. So even if you lose a loved one, it might seem sad, but it's part of the experience. It's what makes life unique. What make life interesting. It's what makes life beautiful. You lose some, you get some. You win some battles, you lose some battles. Imagine if everything was just perfect, then you'd be in heaven. That would not be life. That would just be heaven. But as long as we're on this earth, there will be ups and there will be downs. There will be very celebrative moments. There will be sad moments, and all this culminates to that makes us human beings, that makes us special, that makes us unique. I remember sharing, of course, the Futuristic Fuel for Fire episode this morning, and that was one of the things I talked about of the uniqueness. Man know himself, the uniqueness of man. Everyone is unique in their own way, and that comes to play in life itself. So you are a star. You have a story to tell. You have an experience to share. And that is the essence, again, of the BRL conversation. We're looking at your own story of business, your own story of relationship, your own story of your lifestyle, and not about the perfect story of business, the perfect story of relationship, and the perfect story of lifestyle. Let's hear your own experience. Let's bring it to fore so that others can also learn. And maybe if they are going through similar situations, they could, get a thing or two from that. I still cannot find. We're still waiting for our guest for today. I hope she comes up shortly. We're still waiting for her to come up. Pardon, of course, she had a little delay today from where she, of course, a place of primary assignment. Let me use that word, and that's why she will be running a bit late. But I felt, oh yes, we could go ahead and have a swell time even with ourselves here while I'm expecting her to join up, and I'm sure she will join up pretty soon. I just hope there's no network glitch that she will face. Yes, I see Pearl Mark, aka Precious. Precious Salako is also here. She's joined us. Precious, it's nice to have you join the BRL conversation tonight. One of these days, I hope you'll be one I'll be interviewing here on the hot seat, so that you would get to understand a little of you and those beautiful smiles I can see in your profile picture. Yes. The lady we've been waiting for is here. She is here. Yes. So I think we're going to welcome her with a very, very, very sounding round of ovation. If our hands are not too busy, we invite, of course, right here to the stage, the very, very amicable, the very delectable, the very, 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 very strong boss writer, Gilgal Umia. Finally. Good evening.
Can you even hear me? Mary Knight is in a movie set right now, so I don't know. Just manage me like this.
I can hear you clearly. Sorry. I know this is going to be stressful for you. I know you just came back a couple of minutes ago and I'm still struggling to get everything together. But that's why you're the boss, right? I mean, that's why you're the boss.
It would be nice to disappoint. Okay, so.
All right. So, how are you this evening?
I'm fine.
Yes. So, welcome to the BRL conversation. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Let me see my manual anger will work.
Yeah, just try and settle in very well so that the audience wants to see your beautiful face and your nice hair,
Yeah.
and they also want to enjoy the words that will come out of your mouth. Yeah, I know they have power. Those words are what we want to enjoy today. All right, so quickly, so I know you also need to rest fast. So if we could take it very fast, you could share what you have for us and also move on. So we'll go quickly to the conversation itself. So the behavioral conversation, of course, like I've told you before, it's business, relationship, and lifestyle through your own eyes, right? Basically, about you. It's about you and not about what Mark Zuckerberg is saying or what maybe Bill Gates has said. It's about you, how you have experienced it, and how you have been able to also navigate your way through it. So let's start from a very, very, very basic question. When the name Gilgal comes, when we hear the name Gilgal, what should come to our mind? Who are you? Should I call you a movie? Because like these days I'm seeing movies too. Should I call you an actress? Is it now? Are you now an actress? Or you? What exactly? How do we define you? So let's start. Who is Gilgal? Let's start with that.
All right. So thank you very much for having me. For every one person watching this live, thank you very much for creating time to attend. So my name is Gilgal Umia, popularly known as the boss writer. So Gilgal Umia, in a simple sentence, is a writer, a trainer, and a minister. So I'm a writer, I'm a trainer, I'm a minister. So I offer writing services and I help people to boost their writing skills for profitability. Aside from writing, other things I do behind acting, I've been acting right from childhood. So acting is not really something I do full time, just once in a while. Just I don't right now I don't have the time to even be on location. Like I said, my ring light is in a movie location. I don't have that time to, be on set to do stuff like that. But basically just writing.
All
So
right.
I think
So okay. So I would say your actress life is part time. Now is okay. You do that
part
once in
time.
a while. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I remember I saw a clip of one of the movies you posted at one point, and I saw your serious face, your boss like face in the office. They were this one. Hey, you guy now don't become actress too. So I need to be sure if you have dropped your writing career for celebrity
It's
status
right,
in the movies.
right,
Yeah. So,
right.
okay. So the next thing I'm going to ask you. How did you come about that name, the boss writer? I think I want to know, and I'm sure other persons want to know. I always fall in love with that name, the boss writer, and it gives me this very like, wow, the boss writer. So tell us, how did the boss writer name come about? How did that become your second name?
Okay. In the online space, I noticed many places had names. So I've been thinking like what I'll call myself because I started monetizing my skill in 2020. I've been writing on Facebook for a very long time. So it was 2020 I started making money for my writing skills. So I noticed people add names. You see, like Emmanuel Akpe is the priest of copywriting. Emeka Nobi to call himself John. Then Pofo will call him the sales. I think the number one sales expert in Africa, stuff like that. So people had names. I'm like, what will I call myself? Just so it has been a burden for 2 years since 2020. I've tried different. All the time I was using the farmer with a pen. I've used different names, but some people call me the pen goddess and all that. But I just know that that was something a vacuum I needed to fill. Then in December last year, I held a class called the Boss Writer Bootcamp. So after the boss letter boot camp, something just clicked to me like I think this is what you're looking for. So it was months after the boss letter boot camp that I decided to say, okay, boss letter is what you're looking for. So that's it. That's it. And since
Oh,
there, the name didn't think.
yes,
Everywhere
yes,
I go, boss letter.
definitely. That name is in fact when I just saw the boss writer, it gives you yes, this is it. The boss is here.
It
It's
came
so
to a point.
fantastic. It suits you, and then of course your birthday pictures just gave you that boss look with the pen. I was like, oh, this is it. I must use this picture. I must use this picture. It captures the name and news. Fantastic. All right. So another thing I want to ask: how's been your journey so far? You said you started monetizing your skill, the writing skill, in 2020. So before 2020, how did you discover that you are a writer? How did you get to that point of discovery that okay, this is it? I'm sure you tried other things. What are the other things you tried before you now decide that okay, this is it?
Okay, well, that is that. My journey is not a straight one. Okay, writing. I think when I was in primary six, we had an essay competition.
Okay.
So I couldn't write it. My dad had a PA. was the PA that wrote it for me. So he said, why not memorize this write-up so that in case they ask you to come and defend it, you will be able to defend it. So I memorized, we call it cramming. I crammed the what he wrote for me. BB grammar, or after practicing, my essay came out as one of the top 3. And then they now called us that, how do we prove that we wrote this with all the BB grammar? They gave us paper like to rewrite it, which we were sure we were actually the one that wrote it. Because I already memorized it, I replicated the work, and that's why I got an award. So something really like this writing thing, you can actually do it. That's why I took writing very seriously. I've been writing since that was in primary 6. So since then, in my secondary school, I'll write stories, I'll take it to class, people will read, they will love it. So I've been writing poetry. I used to write poems, I used to do spoken word, I used to dance. I was in a dance school, so these are things I've tried. Acting, I've been acting since I was 4. So I've been acting, I've done a lot of stage plays. So recently I started doing screenplays. I've done a lot of stage plays, I've danced, I've done spoken word. There was even a time I was like a very serious spoken word minister that people would invite me to different programs. And when I start doing my spoken word, it's something that you cannot even hold. People will be shouting. Sometimes the noise from the audience will even come. So they told them to be doing like this. Like, if you are impressed, just do that instead of shout, so you will not disturb. So I've done spoken word, I've done dancing, I've done acting, I've done poetry, I've done rhymes. Like I do rhymes here now, not now. Now it's the long I did those stuff. But I've done rhymes, I've done a lot. They're rapping too. Oh my god. Don't try me when it comes to rapping. I'm not really a freestyle rapper, but I can write it, memorize it, and give the lines very well. So basically, those are the things I've done. Then I started taking writing seriously in 2017. I'll write on Facebook. I was writing back to back. I was writing stories, and people will always be praying for me. God will bless you. God will send you a helper. But girl, I was broke. Like, so that I was like, God, when will you pay for? So for me, I just thought that one day somebody would just use my work and just come over like, wow, you know how to write. Come, let me give you a job. But that was just my mindset. But not I was just suffering there, and so writing was just like an hobby. I got a teaching job. I was earning 15K a month. You understand? After school, no, not MSc, BSc, NYC. So writing was just something I was doing for fun. I just wanted to impact lives, but I didn't know anything about the monetization aspect. That was before 2020.
Wow! So much you have done. You rap for us today. You rap. You give us one. I want to give us small line, just one line of one of the rap pieces, just one line.
Let me know.
Or you give us one of those your spoken words, just give us those things. All right, one thing. Prepare. You will give us one before you go. All right. So that's been amazing. I know that most times we always, we've tried our hands in different things before we finally, figure out where we are really headed. So the essence of this conversation again is for people too who are in that stage where they are doing so many things and they feel that maybe they are not good enough or they are confused. They should understand that it's part of the process, okay? It's part of discovering yourself. You keep on trying things till one finally clicks and then you can now move on from there. So guys, if you're listening, this is how it is. Yeah? She was not as a boss writer from the beginning. She was a dancer at one point. She was a rapper at one point. She was at one point, an actress, like that. She has, found her part, and that is how it goes. So quickly, let me just recognize those who are live here with us. Spider, Opeyemi, you're welcome. Sulaimon, we see you. Thank you for joining us here. Who else can I see on that live? Sorry. Okay. Yes. I see Glory also. Thank you for coming also. Yeah. Someone say you are going to rap. I can see in the comment section. You say you are going to rap. They don't catch you. You don't hear them. Okay. So 2 more questions under this section of the business. Okay. First, what has been the major lesson you have learned, in your business, in the writing aspect right now? What has been the major lesson you have learned, along the journey? So what has been maybe that mistake you made at some point in the business and you're like, oh, I would have done better, and you've learned from it and you moved on so far since 2020 that you started monetizing till now, or when you started writing professionally? What has been that lesson you have learned? That's the first one. Then I'll give you the next one after this.
Okay, so if I want to talk about lessons I've learned in the writing industry, like it's a lot, but for time I'll just share a few. One of them is the fact that I was waiting for opportunity. I was waiting, like I said before, I was writing, and people were praying for me, like I was just waiting for opportunity. So I think that's one of the mistakes many persons are also making. Like you are praying to God for a turnaround and you are waiting, you're not doing anything. So you're waiting for a Superman to come. For me, I didn't start seeing results in my writing career until I became intentional. So I was writing, but I was like, you are writing, you are praying. What exactly are you doing? So I have to create the opportunity for myself. I have to create the opportunity. I have to look at what are the ways in this industry that I can actually monetize. So one of the mistakes is waiting for opportunities. Because when I became intentional about creating the opportunity that I needed, that was when my life started was changing. I started getting results from my skill. Another mistake I learned was expecting too much from people.
Mm.
Expecting too much from people. There was a competition I engaged in 2020, and I needed people to vote for me and stuff like that. So I was counting too much on my friends. You guys should support me. I mean, we are friends, but because I didn't get the needed energy, it affected me seriously. I was
Wow.
hospitalized. Till now, I'm still trying to recover from the medical, like the breakdown, what it did to my sister. It was worse than heartbreak or breakfast. Like when a guy starts with a lady, it was worse. Because when and this person that I'm this selfless when it comes to friendship. Like I always consider people before myself. So I was shocked that this was the time that I needed people to be there for me, and they were not there. So I had so much expectation, and when I didn't get it, it really affected me. So that's one lesson I've learned. That's one mistake I've made, and that's the lesson I've learned now. Not to expect too much from people. Not to
Mm.
expect too much from people, especially loved ones. Especially loved ones. So people, you can't really blame people for how they behave. So when you see people that appreciate you, just appreciate them. When you see people that don't seem to care or they don't seem to be concerned, it may even be that they care, but maybe at the point where they are now, they cannot really do much. It's fine. Don't take it personal. Don't beef them. Don't hate them. Just take it as normal. So that way, when you get disappointed, it will not affect you that much. Then another mistake that I made, I felt that I didn't know what I was supposed to learn on time. So it used to get me angry. I'm like, so you mean that I've been active on social media since 2017, 2018, 2019. As in, if I think about it, I'm so angry. Because I remember in 2019, I had very huge. So I'm not like, imagine say this sense you get now, you get some by that time. You don't know say you don't overblow past like this. You understand? So I felt that I didn't learn what I needed to learn at that time. But later I still look at it and like I'm glad everything happened the way it was. So I think for people that are coming up, do as try your best to learn now that you have the time, so that in future you will not have regret to be like, I wish I knew this thing on time. So like every day of my life I make effort to try to learn one or two things, because I understand the fact that knowledge plays a huge role in how you see life and on how you behave. I think basically that's it. Yeah. Okay, another mistake I made was trying to do everything by myself. Trying to do everything by my When I started, I had issues with trusting people. I had issues with delegating. I had issues with I love doing things myself. Or I don't like people helping me to do something. I feel if I do it, it will be like I like it when I do it myself. But I got to realize that it was taking a toll on me. Like I was breaking down. And then my mentor told me something that, Madam, if you die now, life will continue. People will move on. All the people you are trying to, and sometimes I will counsel people. A day will finish. I will not be able to. As in, like I wasn't having time for important things in my life. But people that are sending you DM now, if you die, they will move on to the next person. And then you have to teach me that you have to learn how to delegate. You have to learn how to plan your time. You have to learn how to prioritize your stuff. So that's why I now learned how to trust people. I learned how to trust people. So sometimes when I get writing jobs and I see that I don't really have the time to attend to everything, I'll source someone. But please, when you are outsourcing, make sure you go through whatever you're doing. Because I lost one of my major clients because I outsourced a job. I didn't go through it. I just felt that the person was okay. I sent it over to the client and they rejected it. It's rare for me to write something that they reject. Very, very rare. I rarely experience it, but I don't think I don't, but I rarely. So that made me just lose the guy. I couldn't tell the client that maybe me write some or I just felt it didn't make sense because they gave it to you and then you gave it out and all that. So something after then, when I get writing jobs and I outsource it, I always review it before I submit it to the client. So if you are someone that have people working under you, ensure you go through, especially if you know you are going to submit the work to a client, ensure you go through it. Except you know that the person is already that good in that one, in that particular aspect. So and delegating has really helped me a lot. So I think let me just stop here because of other questions.
Yes, yes, yes. You've said so much, so much, so much lessons you have learned, and you've even advised those who are also coming up what they can do. And I totally agree with you. You know, delegation is there's no substitute to that. You are just one person. There's a limit to how much you can do. You know, and you must have people you can trust at some level. And I also advise people again. Yeah, so people who you might not be able to trust as because maybe you don't feel they can deliver as much as you do. It's easy to get a group of persons. You can train them, you know, to be like you, so they can have a mindset to have, so that you know they can handle certain tasks for you too, and you know it's a win-win at the end of the day. You get your cut, they get their cut, and everybody's happy, and business goes on. Okay, so the facts you have shared are very, very true, and something that others should also emulate when they have such such workload on their hands. So moving on, the second and the last question under this segment of business. So what's your goal in terms of this in your writing? Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years, 5 years? What's your plan? What's the big plan as the boss writer? What's that plan?
This is something I don't really like sharing. I don't know.
You will share it too. You will share it. They want to hear it.
I recently stopped sharing my goals. I stopped sharing my goals.
You have to speak it to existence. Speak it.
Yes.
You have to speak it to existence. Yes.
Okay. For me, I want to not triple. Whatever I am doing right now, I want to times it by 20. Within
20.
the shortest possible time. Yeah. Within the shortest possible time. I want to times it by 20. So for the writing, I'm seeing like more consistency on the social media space. That is after a short while. When I'm currently on social media and break, I forgot I'd already said yes to this. So that's why I just so after a short while, I see myself like being very, 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 very consistent. That's if my plans do not change, because change is constant in life. So in the writing space, I want to be able to impart more writers. I want to be able to impart more writers. I want to do more videos. I'm just kind of busy. I don't really like. I do more writing, so I want to make my face to be more seen in the
Come
coming
and collect
days.
lectures from us. We like the screen. Come and collect lectures of screen, not screen writing, screen showing. we'll take lectures for writing. Come and take lectures for screen showing.
I see myself raising more writers, like raising more strong writers that will have a voice, taking more strong writers. As a boss writer, I want to become a grand or a great grand boss writer that will raise several boss writers that will not only know how to wear their pen, but they have the proof to show. Financial proof, social proof. Yeah. So I see myself replicating more successful writers. Someone is away, leave me.
So is that what you're doing with G-Rise? I think I should mention that. Is that what you're doing with the G-Rise platform? I know you have a platform like that.
GWS Letters is just a community that I see myself, in GWS community, I am so like, I don't think I'm boss letter in GWS community. That's where my child's nature show, that's where I play a lot. So GWS for me is like a family where writers connect, they bond, and they just learn. So for my goal is bigger than GWS writers, it's bigger. Okay, my goal is in GWS because GWS is Gilgal raised writers, but the community, which is in a WhatsApp group, is just is a tiny aspect of my goal. Like my goal, that's just a family that I'm trying to raise, but the goal is big. It's big.
All right, that's nice. So we're moving to the next segment, which is a very personal segment, but you must share it. You know, I told you it's business, relationship, and lifestyle. Welcome to the relationship.
Yes.
So this is where breakfast is served, lunch and dinner. You know how it goes. So the very first question I'm going to ask you, I know you're not married, but let me say ask you as if I don't know. Are you married?
I'm not.
Good.
I'm not
okay,
yet.
so you're not married. Are you single and searching, single but engaged, single but seriously searching? Which of them? Where is your category?
Ladies don't search you. I'm single, not in a relationship.
Fantastic. Single, not in a relationship. Good. Guys, you had that too. Single, not in a relationship. That means there's option. Maybe she might, there are options. Whether she will accept you, that's another matter. I don't know about that one. But she is single. She has said it here, and she's not in a relationship. All right, that doesn't mean she might not be in one tomorrow. All right, but so moving in the relationship segment, let me also ask, what has been your experience thus far? Have you had some breakfast being served to you? What was the experience like? Or you've never dated anybody before? You have been waiting for the first person you're going to date is going to be your husband. I had somebody, I think Nathaniel Jason, who said he has no ex, you know, and the next day, and I told you when he said he has no ex, I said, okay, that means I pray that your next or person you're going to date will be the person you're going to marry, and so you don't have any ex at the end of the day. That's it. But I want to ask you, are you also like him that has no ex, or you've had some couple of experience?
I have exes.
Exes, correct.
Yes, I have exes.
So tell us, so give us one of the experiences out of the exes, just one, and what are the things you learned from it?
Lessons. Oh God, oh mercy. My relationship life is how do I even explain it now? Exes. Like lessons. I don't know. Okay, when I became
Narrate one of the experiences and maybe okay, this happened, that happened, I think you learned from it. That's how it is.
When I walk away, my memory just formats. I'm trying to think of an experience. I can't really picture any experience. I just when I move on completely. Like I can't move. I can't really picture. I would like to share. Well, it's not okay. Some of the things I'm AS, so I'm AS. So some of the challenges I've had was meeting people that were in the same genotype of me. I think I've lost 3 potential suitors because of that genotype. So before I even start liking the guy, I have to know what was the genotype because my parents AS and we lost 2 children due to sickle cell. So I don't want to replicate. I mean, I don't take the risk at all. I think I've had some really say they are willing to take the risk. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not willing to take the risk. You understand? So I think that's that. Then aside from that, relationship has been fine. I have had a large number of suitors, like even up to now. But for me, I don't know. Let me just say, I'm responsible for my singleness. I've had several number of suitors, but I just feel like I know what I want, and then I don't know. Maybe when it's time, when it's time, I'll march to the altar. But for now, I don't know.
So there are 2 things that are coming to my head while you're having this. You're saying maybe when it's time, or you have not seen what you want. There are 2 things. So tell us, what is that thing you would see? You mentioned one of them, which is genotype, clear, medically. Now, what are those things you will see? And you're like, okay, I think this is the guy. Tell us, what are those things you will see? Those qualities that clicks for you?
Okay, for me, God fearing is non-negotiable. You have to love God, and I think values have to align. So most of the places I have issues with prospect is the place of values. So there's some places that they go to church, but they don't really have that Gulliver. They see this guy like, I beg. So I'm this kind of person. I serve God like the letter. When he says don't do this, I think we shouldn't do it. You understand? Then there was one I met, and it was like, I don't know if we should be saying all this here, but I think to him, he just, I don't know, think I've got to.
This is not the glitz and glamour of social media. This is the real thing. So let them see where beyond the fantastic life.
A different perspective, but this is me. So the guy was like, kissing is not a sin. Romance is not a sin. So if you say no sex, so if sex is penetration. So even if I'm not going to penetrate you, but we have to do all those manners. And for me, I feel this is not what I really want. So I just couldn't push it. I've met many guys like that. They're like, why will you be lying that there's not going to be sex and all that? So for me, I think value. Value. For me, I am not willing to water my value for anything. I'm ready to stay single and just live a life of impact than water my value for anyone. That's how serious to me it is. I know there are many Christians they are willing to water their value just to, accept that title of Mrs. But I'm not so crazy about the Mrs. title. Of course, I would love to get married, but to me, I think my values are more important. That's it. So I think one experience I would like to share in terms of relationship, because of other single ladies that might be listening, is I think there was a friend with assumption. So this guy, we were really very close, and he's always saying, I love you, I'll marry you, you are beautiful. So to me, I just just took it very serious, and I went to catch feelings. I was not asking babe, I was not asking girlfriend. When you get mad, like there was nothing, you understand? And because of that, I had many people that were coming. I wasn't giving them feel. I'm this kind of person. When I love you, I love you. I don't look at anybody, you understand? So I was just following him, and the guy was just enjoying, he was enjoying the green light. He was also sharing green light. But when he got to a point, I was not asking him, how far, what are we? But I noticed he kept evading the question. Like, you love me? How? As in, like, how do you love? Are you in love with me? Or you understand? The guy was always evading the question. So I felt like I was stuck. And every time I tried to want to walk away, that was when he would not increase his green light, his care, and everything. Until one day, when I had the boldness to tell me, I almost died. For 5 years, I took 5 years to recover from that breakfast. And it was not even official because we were not dating. I took 5 years to recover. Since that time, I have issues with guys telling girls, I love you. Personally, the guy, you always do that. If it's like, as in, it's vex me. I'll be like, why are you saying you love me? But is it better your girlfriend? So when I tell guys, if you know you don't see yourself going further with a lady, be careful what you say to ladies. And for ladies, if a guy is showing you green lights, blocking your, as in, like he's holding your hand, covering your stuff on people, and then he's not saying anything, please ask him. If he refuses to answer, auntie, walk away. Because a guy that wants you will say it. So for me, I think assumption, it really affected my life. Imagine 5 years taken away from my life. You understand? So because of that, I always encourage ladies. Seriously. So when a guy is showing you all the green lights, be careful. Until he says it, don't assume. Until he says it that I want us to get serious, don't assume anything. If you are too tired to wait, I would rather you wait, but if you cannot wait, ask him how far, where are we going to, what are we? This situation, what is it called? Because don't allow any guy to act the place of a lover when he has not officially said anything, so that you will not hinder yourself. I know that it has affected many ladies. You will not hear that somebody will not ask break when they did not date, you understand? And I think many persons have suffered from this, so I think I'll have to share this. Thank you.
Oh, that's so much. That's so much you have shared in one speech. In fact, I was trying to remember the whole questions I wanted to ask you. Just been taking them, with your answers like that along the line. So, ladies, you're hearing this, and guys, also you're hearing this. This is an advice to both parties that shall just giving. Okay, right when you are giving your "I love you" statements, be sure that you really love the person, and don't let a woman catch feelings when you don't mean what you say. Be careful about that. That's one thing she has said, and it's very critical. And also for the ladies, like she has also said, and I will say it also, don't say I love you and then you just assume and conclude that I am your boyfriend. That's not what it means. So I love you doesn't mean I'm your boyfriend. Though. He can say I love you with the love of the Lord, though. I can tell you I love you with the love of the Lord. I love you the way Jesus Christ loved the church. That is still love. You understand? So be sure of the kind of love he's talking about, he's professing to you before you get it all twisted. It's very, very important, and don't assume anything. Be sure from the beginning, especially before you start catching feelings. Because when you catch that feelings, it's difficult to just ask that question. Your eyes and everything is just in the relationship, and it could hinder a whole lot of progress. That's so. Let me just ask again, because this is also important. What is your love language? What appeals to you more? Yes,
okay. Okay, I love all the love languages, but the number one for me is act of care. Act of care is number one. No, not act of care. I mean, act of service. So for me, my definition of love is somebody helping me out with stuff. So you cannot, if you come and you're telling me so many sweet words, I suspect you. I am not a child that moved that sweet. Or remember that sweet words don't do me strong thing before. So when somebody is telling me sweet words, I'm not moved. Really, I'm not. So I'm like, thank you, but in my heart, that entered my head. But for me, love is my first language of love is when you help me out to stuff. So let's say, for example, I'm doing a class and you're like, oh, let me help you reshare your flyer. Or even if you don't even ask me, you reshare my flyer. You are showing up in stuff that I'm doing, like you are supporting me. That's out of say you're helping me out to stuff. That's my first definition of love. Then after that is the quality time. But right now, I'm not even sure I can give that language right now. I don't have time like. Basically, that's it. So is out of service, quality time, gifts. For me, for a stranger giving me gifts, I don't welcome it like that. To me, I see you as a social. I have a friend that if you give her gifts, she can fall in love with you instantly. That's her number one love language. But for me, giving of gifts is not really some first thing. Like some people will send me message, I'm just connecting with them. They'll be like, save my number now, I'm going to give you a gift. I'm like, who are you? I mean, gift is not really my first thing. So heart of service is number one. The quality time before words of affirmation. If you always speak negative words, there's no way you can even be in my space. I love positive words. So basically that's the shot. Physical touch is my last love language. As in, like, I get irritated when people touch me. So the only person that is permitted is my husband. So that's like my last love. I think there was a time there's some person that were beefing me in school. When I was in university, I found it hard to hug people. I tell them I'm stingy with my hug. I'm this lady that will give you half hug. I don't know what it is because it's 90-degree hug or 180-degree hug. So recently I started learning how to like really hug people. But I'm not comfortable with it at all. So I'm trying. I'm learning now. I'm trying not to be that, but I don't like physical touch except for the one.
You have to learn that one because imagine you're not abroad, then you have to pecking. What will happen? That's the normal greeting for them. That's
I'm having everything for uncle, so
you better learn it though. It's not it's hard, but there's no crime in that, okay? But of course, your love language is a love language and you have shared that. So guys, I hope you are listening. She's giving us some trade secrets about, let me not say too much. If you like, take that note, start jotting notes. If you like, don't jot. And you're sorry with that. So that's fantastic, fantastic hearing all these things from you. And let me also ask, what's your thoughts about feminism? Feminism as a word. I'm sure you know what feminism is. So if when you hear feminist and the rest of it, are you in that category of those that call themselves feminists? So
no, not a feminist. I don't even know what. I'm yet to grasp what it means. Well, I'm not interested. I'm not a feminist. I see people talking about feminism, but I'm yet to really grasp what they are talking about. So
okay,
I don't really have much opinion on that.
All right, that's fine, no problem. So basically, for me, how I understood feminism is the fact that women trying to be just independent. Yes, totally independent. Are not subject to under the man or something. You are an independent woman, and you do what you want to do. You see yourself as equal and all that. That's basically what people say. And some of them have taken it to the extreme. They don't even want to get married to a man because they see that the man is going to lord them, and so no, that's not their own ideal. So if they are feminists, they are on their own, equal in every level.
I think for a lady that wants to get married, the fact that it's good to be independent. Being married, the man is already your head, so you should be able to work.
Yeah, but of course, like again, it doesn't. If you really study it very well, you will still understand that it doesn't really mean that you can't get married. But people just take it to the extreme and they see it as a competition, like a woman competing with a man in everything they do. Basically, that might not be what that really means. What is Okpeyemi saying? So your fans are saying they want to hug you.
Okay, I said I've started allowing hugs, yeah. But I'm not comfortable. I'll smile and argue, but deep down I'm not comfortable. So most times I can just, do like this, hi. For ladies, I don't have issues with ladies, so my issues with the guys, and I don't have issues with ladies.
Can you imagine? Next time I see you, I will hug you. You escape that back home, I didn't hug you. When next I see you, just prepare. Once you see Mr. Love, just know his hug is coming. That hug is coming.
As a global figure, you have to learn. So I'm already learning already.
So just prepare. Once you just say, hey, it don't happen. Just know. I've told you ahead of time. I don't know when it's going to happen, but once you see me, just know that I will remember that word. All right. So, okay. So, one last thing on this aspect. What's your ideal baby girl treatment? Like, do you take yourself on a treat? What's that kind of baby girl treatment you love to enjoy?
For me, okay, I'm not an outgoing person. So I'm not at work, I'm in the house. If I'm not in the house, I should be in church. If I'm not in church, I should be in a train. I'm not this person that I'm not this fun. Like what people's definition, my definition of fun is to read and write. So people's definition of fun, I'm not. So I think when I went to Lagos in November, I was just, if you watch the live video, you know that this one will be like the key they carry. As in, you may just being a child, I was so excited, like wow, so this is how like outside life is. I don't. It's not my kind of place. So for me, once in a while, I just go out to eateries and get food and eat. That's just once in a while. I just do that. Maybe once in a month, twice in a month, or once in 2 months. That's it.
All right. So my advice here, because this is a conversation, it's not about you talking. My advice for you is you need to find a way of also relaxing, and there's so much outside beyond, being very, very active, reading, church, and all that. If our life, we need to have a work-life balance, and so that balance. So it's a very important part of our lives, and that's why if you look at this very rich men, they sometimes they go on a vacation to a very quiet place, maybe one of their country home, and you see them fishing, just do some casual things outside their work life itself, and it's very important. It helps to also reboot the brain, makes you refreshed and all that. So you need to find a way of infusing vacations.
Yeah, it's something I want to do next year. Yeah, it's something I'll do more. This year is that season of,
she don't come. That kind of thing. Yeah. So all right. So that's it. So let's look at the last aspect, so I can let you go quickly, which is lifestyle and the rest of them. Let me ask, apart from reading, what's your hobby again? What other hobby do you have apart from reading? I know you mentioned reading.
Dancing. I love dancing. I love counseling. Like there's this joy that comes when I know those challenges and all that. I love counseling. Yeah.
Okay.
So dancing
and counseling.
Counseling. Is it?
Dancing and counseling.
Dancing, acting, counseling, and meeting people. I'm this lively person. So when I meet a person, it's as if we've known like in ages. I like, connecting with people and all that.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So if you had the chance to choose to be a citizen of another country, what country would that be? Like if you had a chance to say, okay, now come back to this world, which country would you love to go to? Come from? What country would you choose?
Oh my God.
If you choose Nigeria,
I'm a very boring person. I'm not a fan of traveling. For me to even travel within states is a problem. No, for me to leave my house is a problem. Like, I don't know if you understand. I'm not a fan of traveling. I'm not a fan of going. And I see, like, to me, it's just hard work and it's serious. I pray I get married to someone that loves going out so that they'll be able to pull me out. But I don't have a dream country. I'm not a fan of, traveling. I don't have a dream.
I'm not talking about vacation.
Yeah,
no, I'm not talking about vacation. No, sorry. I'm not talking about vacations. What I'm saying is, you are a citizen of Nigeria right now. Right? So I'm asking, if you had a chance to choose which country you want to be citizen of, like maybe Nigeria as an option, there's US as an option, there's Canada as an option, which country would you have preferred you came from?
Nigeria. I'm okay with Nigeria. I love Nigeria. Because if I was to choose an alternative country, then I must have been able to do a lot of studies on different countries to know which I'll be able to go. But right from time, I've always been thinking about Canada. I want to travel to Canada, blah, 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 blah. So maybe if I had an alternative, maybe Canada. But I love Nigeria.
Well, you love Nigeria. I love the fact. So it's good.
I know I will travel.
Yeah. Yes, we need to reinforce it. I'm one of those people who I'm not a fan of the Japa syndrome. I'm not saying I can't travel for business, vacations and all that. Yeah, but not like I'm not a fan of Japa who live somewhere else, and that's me personally, though. So I love my country, and for me, I also believe that it's not a mistake I'm from Nigeria. Yes, I can visit other countries, I can do business in other countries, I can study there. Fine, but I'm proud of it. I'm a Nigerian, and I would always be one. So that's me. But of course, we also know that our country is struggling at the moment. There are a lot of things that are wrong with Nigeria. So if you had one session with the president of this country, what would be that one question you would ask? Or one conversation you want to have with him, about the situation of Nigeria? What would be that one thing you want to talk about?
Why are they not responding? Why are they not responding to the man? If I had a question, that's what I was asking. Why are they not responding to the matter? Because I don't understand. I think as a leader, you should be concerned about the issues in the society. I mean, you should be concerned about the issues you are handling. So with people should your followers should be able to know that these and these and these are what you are doing concerning the different issues. So if I were to ask a question, I'll be like, why are people not responding to the issues on ground? Why are you not? I don't know if you ask
You just heard that from the mouth of Gilgal. Why are you not responding to the masses? That is a question she would ask you. I hope you somehow get to watch this live somehow or watch the replay, and then you see the question that is being asked to him. Why are you not responding to the people? Okay, so before I go to the, of course, the last part here is we'll talk about the giveaways and everything that you have, in store, what you do that can benefit others who are watching. I would like to ask this question. You know, of course, today is a very epic day, and as a Nigerian youth, 2010, 2020 was a day where 𝐒𝐎𝐍 massacre took place, as far as I'm concerned. And for me, I think it happened, and people, innocent citizens, young people like us, were shot. While they were protesting against police brutality. And it's a low moment for us. So let me just ask you, did you join in that struggle in terms of, not necessarily be there physically, in terms of, words you wrote or conversations around it? What was your take about the 𝐒𝐻𝐍 situation and the protest the youth did?
that very day on 2020, it was a very serious night for me because I was following all the events live, and and DJ Switch was live on our IG page, and I was terrified, and I prayed. I prayed that night, really. I seriously prayed. I was praying for there to be an intervention. I know I prayed throughout that period when I was supposed to be in the hospital. I prayed. It was something that really, I really felt for people that were live at that event. So I really felt, the tension was, I was in my bed, I was shaking. I remember I was praying on my bed, like, let there be an intervention and stuff like that. I think it's a very serious moment for many persons that were involved. Many persons felt it, even those on the scene and those that were not on the scene. I think it's a day that everybody will live to remember.
All right, thank you so much for even praying for those who were live right there. Of course, the story is so pathetic, and even up till now, those who even perpetrated the acts who have not been brought to justice, and it's 2 years down the line. And today, today is exactly 2 years down the line. We keep on praying
that posting a dancing video of myself, and I was like, today I shouldn't do anything dancing. I had to delete it. I'll be like, maybe another day, but not today. I had to delete it because today I think
I think that day was okay. That was on a Tuesday. Yes, that happened on a Tuesday, if I remember vividly well. Tuesday, 2020 was on a Tuesday, and the next day I was supposed to have my regular DIY Wednesday that I used to do, and I couldn't do it. And that was the only day I missed DIY Wednesday. I had to just respect those who lost their lives.
Wow, I was mentally traumatized. Seriously.
This is a call for all Nigerians again watching this, that we need to respect those who are fighting for the good of the corners where we find ourselves. Let's keep the fire burning. Let's respect those who are doing that, who are in the forefront of this matter. I didn't go there. I was not there, but people were able to do that, and I respect that. And for those that lost their lives, this is also a tribute to you. Your labor shall never be in vain. I'm sure that we will do what we need to do to get it right in 2023, so that this country can be better for all of us. So that being said, let's move to, yes, I know you do a lot of things. What are the freebies you have for us? What are the things that you have for us today? I told you that I'm going to give you something today. And let me remind you again, people have said it in the comment section that you must have for us, so just remember. So start getting the lines in. I want to give us 1 or 2 lines.
I have a book because I understand that when you're writing, the headline is very important. Those who have knowledge of copywriting, they know that headline is very important. Like it's 80% determines how far your content can go. So I have a book on how you can craft headlines. I think I shared about 13 hot headline tips. I explained, and then I gave examples. So with those examples, you can replicate it in whatever feed that you have. So just click on the link in my bio and send book. Just send book to me, and then I'll send you the link to download it.
No, it's only for those that come live. Don't go and give everybody. See, if you are not here, if you didn't come to this live to watch, or you don't go and watch the replay, she will not give you what. That's go and block. She'll go and add something to that link. So when you are clicking, they will not ask you, did you watch the live? Did you have a conversation live where she was there? This is henceforth, it's only for those who came who watched it. So go and watch the replay, and then you can come and get your gift. So thank you so much. That's a gift for you guys. Like we do. That's what we do on every conversation day. There's always a discount, a crazy discount. There's always a giveaway. There's something that can help you to build your business, your career, or whatever you're doing. And that's how, again, giving you a free ebook that can help you out as a writer, especially in creating headlines and all. So thank you so much for joining us in this conversation today. It has been a swell time. I've been laughing and I've been enjoying myself. And of course, I can see all your fans. They've been commenting.
Yeah, I don't think they have questions. I think I saw some questions. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. So, fine. This is the time you ask your questions. I almost forgot that. So, if you have questions, those who are watching, please drop your questions now so that we can answer that question you want to answer. Now, this is the time we have. You have the next 5 minutes to do that. After 5 minutes, it has gone. So, if there's any question, let me check if there's anyone at all I can see here. What about the? Okay, I think the one they asked you was about hugging. What about your fans that then when some people
you see me out there, please call me. I need a one for Oli on how to join G-Race. To join G-Race, just send me a DM that you want to join G-Race or you want to join my writing community, and then you'll be added. And I didn't make the link open, so I have access to everybody in the community. You just say I want to join your writing group, then I'll add you.
All right, so you had that. You want to join? That's all, and they will add you. No fee, no payment, no nothing. Is there a payment?
No, it's free. Just send me a message on WhatsApp. You can use the link in my bio to access me on WhatsApp. Just say, add me to your writing community. Then if you want the book, just say and you get the book.
That's it. You see, that's as easy as that. So if you want to be close to the boss writer, they should be giving tips, random tips, and that can help you. And then, of course, you can share ideas with others also in the community. If that's what you want, just send her a DM. Click the link and go to her DM and tell her, I want to be part of G-Race, and you are in there. All right. So if there's any other question you have now, ask it. Though I can see Angela. Yes, Angel is here. Angel, welcome. Although you came a bit late, but I'm sure she has always been a very good fan of yours. She's here. Ogale, I hope I got that correctly. Ogale is also here. Thank you for coming. Who again just joined us? Okay, I think that's about it. So, guys, do you have a question? Okay, Osifo is also here. Osifo, I can see you. Thank you for also joining this conversation. If you have questions, this is the time you ask that question. Once.
I just saw a question. It says, how do you relate to bit harsh in nature? Okay, I'm very sensitive to words. Like, I'm very sensitive to words. Before now, I can cry because of how you speak to me. And I'm cry. I'm that emotional. But I've been able to build a tough skin, so you can't talk to me and then I'll go and cry. No, I will not. What I do is that when people are like, they are rude or they are harsh, I keep quiet. So if it's online, I just keep quiet. I don't reply. After some time, when I know that my emotion is calm, I can go back to that conversation and respond calmly. Like, I handle customer care in my offline job, and sometimes our customers are really that difficult. But the time I went to meet my boss, I'm like, ma, I didn't sign in for this. What people that are talking to me, they know they cannot stand before me to talk. I said, I was so pissed, but I had to still calm down, and I still went back, and I was smiling and engaging with the customer until that space. But you understand? So some places can be that difficult. What I do, I don't respond. I just keep quiet. So I worked with a very harsh boss that, like, his mouth says, I think there was blade in his mouth. He would insult. It was very abusive. That was the reason why I didn't last with him. But what I do anytime he starts is harsh, I just keep quiet and smile and like, okay, all right, ma, you understand? So if the persons are older than me, I just keep quiet. In fact, generally that's what I do. I don't retaliate back in the harsh tone. It's very rare for me to talk back to people. So I tend to calm my emotions down. I know that when I'm a bit okay to talk, I respond. So basically that's it. I keep quiet. So for friends, if I notice that this is your character, I tend to like give you a long rope. That's what I do. I just, keep I work with you with safe so that I don't get angry. I'm kind of person I cannot hold anger. So in order not to poison my spirit, I just tend to like I used to reset my mind, and then so maybe today we fight, tomorrow you see me laughing with you. I don't really have time for keeping stuff. So that's it.
All right, so that's another question for you. What do you do during your retreat time? That's another
I'm on
question for you.
retreat. I mean, see,
So if you say your retreat from Facebook, your
I
retreat
don't want
from
to
social media, so what are you doing?
do
Tell us.
that. Okay, what I do, I rest. Number one, I rest. I I pray a lot. I've been praying a lot recently. You know, sometimes you can just be lost in the social media world, and spiritual life can just be something. So I rest, I pray and spend more time with God. I read a lot. I just finished a book by Mutiefe. Right now, I'm reading The Millionaire Fast Lane, and it has been amazing. I finished a book by, I read like most people by Mutiefe, and it has been amazing. You know, so I read, I replan, like I re-strategize. I strategize like, okay, what is your next phase? Then I do evaluation. So basically, that's what I do. I do evaluation. What have I been doing? What has been working? What has not been working? Where do you see yourself? What exactly? What's your next step? What exactly do you want to do? So you know. So I do. I write these things and I create step by step. So during this my retreat period now, uh, I already know my head is full, my hand is full. I'm already working behind the scenes. So basically, that's it. So I just rest.
All right, all right. Any other guys? I think we can take one more question if we can see anyone. If anybody is ready to drop the last question for her to answer before we let her go, that would be, your chance to do that. Genesis Studio Tutors, thank you for joining us. I think Quitty Cakes. I'll be calling it Cakes. Cakes.
Wow, thanks for talking about.
Thank you for also joining up. But one last question. We want to take one last question from the audience. One last one for her, so that we know we had a nice time. And of course, if you are here, follow her on Instagram. You would get more value. You can also follow her on Facebook.
I'm mostly
𝐒𝐎𝐍𝐕𝐄𝐑𝐒𝐊 is her
active on
name.
Facebook. I'll not be
Yes, she's
serious
more
on
active on
Instagram.
Facebook.
But after my retreat, I'll be serious.
Yeah, better get serious on Instagram too. So follow me too on Instagram and on Facebook. Love the Zoo, that's my name. In case you don't know it, and
Follow us.
you can always get value. While I'm waiting for the last question, I'll ask you one question. And if you don't ask the question, why I'm answering this question, it has gone,
Okay.
it has finished, and it is bye bye for from us. So let me ask: Do you have there's another. Is there a question I'm saying? Okay, rest, pray, spend time with
Like a
God.
doctor.
Okay, so you just reformatted the thing you have said. Fantastic. You have a lot of fans who are following you very critically. So so you better keep showing up. If not, all those that have been following you since that, why, where did you leave them? See, this is a question that has it ever crossed your mind that what
Which
if this person
person? Which
get better
person?
than you? I don't understand that question. No. Please, Okpeyemi, rephrase your question so that we
Okay.
can understand that. Because even me, I don't understand the person you're referring to that get better than you. Which person exactly are you referring to? Okay, so why Okpeyemi is refreshing the question or anybody else is asking the last question? Let me ask you one question just to use to keep you on till we get that last question. If you are to teach in a college, a college course, in a
Okay.
university or something, what course would you want to teach?
Do they have self development or personal development?
No, no, use the regular
Okay,
university.
academically,
Use
I'm
the regular university,
horticulture. So,
Use the regular university, Is it mathematics? Is it English? Is it
no, no,
GS?
no, not
I didn't hear
agriculture.
that.
I have a BSc and MSc in agriculture. So
Huh?
if it's not personal development, if it's not personal development or writing, then agriculture is something that I can teach.
You said something. You had BSc and MSc in agriculture.
Agriculture, yes, yes.
Wow. You see, I didn't ask that question. Hey, wait, you guys, you don't hear them now. So tomorrow, if you hear that Gilgal farms is existing, don't be surprised, though. She might go into agriculture, and boom, she's doing it big. And you say, how did the writer become an agriculturist? She has been doing it before even the writing thing. She has spent a lot of years now. So that's another one. Okay,
I,
so yeah, you want to say something?
okay. I think let me just answer. I don't think she's coming up with anything. Let me just answer generally.
Okay.
The question of what if I can't even see the question. Okay, please read it out. Can you see it?
Okay, you said, has it ever crossed your mind that what if this person later gets better than you? Better than I
Okay.
am. Yeah, better than I am. That's what.
Okay. Shadi shall be like if people that are behind you, if they become boss writer like me. Okay, my goal is to be a great grand boss writer. So my goal is to raise like other writers that will be good. For me, I am this kind of person that I am happy with success. I am happy with progress. Whether you are my friend, whether we are not, I am happy with success. So if I see that you are getting better, beautiful. If I used to tell my students, people should blow so I will buy me beans. That is my prayer. I want them to become big. When they have money, what will I be writing for? Coach, take this one. Coach, they'll be wiring me with a lot. I don't understand. They should be better. That is my desire. Let them be better. Let them have success. Let them have the money. Let them have the fame. You know what it means for my students to be high there? I only need a phone call or a chat. And then what I said, they should be better. That is my desire. I'm not. I don't have this competitive spirit. Rather, I want to see everybody progress, and I pray for the progress of others. Personally, it's part of my prayer point. When people register for my class, I used to pray. Like I called their name to pray for them that they should be my desire. So I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yeah, exactly. I love this thought. You know, it's just like when a parent give birth to a child, and then the child is, I know my child is better than I am, or richer than I am. Why is that?
Yeah.
You should obviously that you have done. You know, let them be higher. If probably you stopped at a particular grade, let them go higher and let them be better. That's the prayer of everybody. So if you don't have that mindset, you have this no, let them not be better than me mindset, and you want to be ahead on top, it means that you are still losing your progress.
You won't laugh at that.
And your availability of your help and comfort and everything can come to you. So imagine you raise up governors, presidents, president's wife, senators, ministers, and you just say, no, I don't want them to be ministers, I don't want them to be probably working in the company where I'm working. Why would you want that? Why would you want to expand? It's going to be lovely to have that kind of experience where even people who are, who you've trained go right there and do exploits. It should be something that will give you joy.
I want to add something. One thing that I don't like personally, but I think when you now start those, so these are to the people that are coming up now. When you now start having all the fame, do not lose honor. Do not lose honor for your mentors, for your coaches. I think I have had students disrespect me. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You understand? For me, my mentor is not known online space, but I always call him boss. He doesn't really have much online, but because I know that this is someone that I look up to, I'm always like boss. But for when someone that you picked, I don't say you picked from the gutter, but when somebody that you raised, like you told virtually everything they know in the online space, now disrespect. That for me, that's something I cannot take. I remember one of my students that is it the student? I don't know the English word to use for it. I just told him that there are so many writing coaches on Facebook. Go and get a new coach. I am not too small to be a coach. I told him I am now too small. He has been trying several methods to get into my space, but I'm a kind of person that I'm very loving and very open. But when you disrespect me, I told you to be successful, but you need another coach. I'm not too small to be your head. So I think for people that are coming up, try not to disrespect the people that take you up there, because it's an attitude that will make you not to last at the top. To make it, if you don't understand the place of honor, you not last at the top. That's just the truth. Because people will now know that this is your trait and they will ignore you. And one thing I want to say, one last thing is that while you are raising people, make sure you are raising yourself. Because if you are not raising yourself, when the people that you are raising start disrespecting or dishonoring you, it will be so hard on you. For me, I am not even scared to say I think our session is over for mentor and mentee. Why? Because I know that even if you are out there in my life, nothing is changing in my life. But imagine if I am not building myself. So it will not be like a life of regret. Oh God. So I've wasted all my wisdom, all my energy teaching this person, and if I see bites my finger, biting the finger, I don't know, something, is it bite the finger that fed you or something like that? So while you are raising all that, make sure you are raising yourself. That's the last word I want to say. Okay.
So, of course, Chiamaka just said, yes, so go back to your soil and honor them. Exactly. You've given us so much value tonight, and I'm sure this conversation is going to be good down as one of the best conversations we have had on the BRL Conversation Show in quite a while. Thank you so much for giving us so much value. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this night. Thank you so much for, even despite the fact that we are busy, you still had to came back late, you still had to rush, and you are here and you'll be here for at least an hour. That is only what the boss writer. It's only the boss writer that can give you this kind of vibe, right? So thank you so much. We appreciate the time you have spent, and I'm sure the lessons you have shared this night, a lot of persons will go back, watch this video again, and make their lives better. And that's the essence of this. Not just the very perfect glitz and glamour they see on social media. You need to see things from other point of view. The heartaches, the breakups, and the errors, and how you pick up, and of course dust yourself and move again. And that's what you have shared this night, and that's what the BRL Conversation stands for. So thank you so much for being here, and would hope to always reach out to you if we need you anytime to be on another episode. So thank you so much for this. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Angel, for joining. Thank you, Opeyemi, for joining. Thank you.
Yeah, Angel, Dad, software, thank you for coming.
Yes,
Genesis, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Phoebe, for joining. Thank you, Mr. Hollis, for also joining. Thank you, Robaba, for being here. They always show up where you are. They always show up for you, that means you're doing a whole lot of things in their life, and that's what. And they can't afford not to be there each time they hear your name, and that's what it is. Honor and respect for the impact you give. It's as sweet as that when people realize that they need to also show up.
Journey to the top. It is risky. It is risky to have disloyal people around you as a journey to the top, because the top is very slimy. It's very risky. So when you see people already showing traits of dishonor and disloyalty, it's not advisable, especially as their journey to the top. It's not advisable to keep them around.
All right, so that's the final word from Gilgal, and of course that'll be where we're going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you for being here. Next Thursday again, we will continue with the BRL Conversation, and we'll be having another fantastic guest again join us. And this is how we do it every Thursday. So thank you, Gilgal. This is where I say bye and see you.
Okay.
All right, now so I'm releasing you.